This is a short video on HTML elements. An HTML element usually consists of a start tag and an end tag with the content inserted between them. So we have tags, we have some content, and we have an end tag with a forward slash. Here's an example of the P tag. Opening tag, closing tag, and the content in between. Here's an H1 tag, a P tag. By the way, here's a break tag that does not have a closing break tag. It's not needed. Some HTML elements are empty, have no content, and do not have an end tag like the break tag. Sometimes we have nested HTML elements. All HTML documents consist of nested HTML elements. What does that mean? Well, let's take a look. As you can see, we have some example code here. We've seen this before. And you'll notice inside the HTML and closing HTML, we have tags that are nested. Inside the body, in the closing body, we have tags that are nested. Now, let's continue this discussion. The HTML tag defines the entire document. It has a start and a stop, a start and an end tag. The element content is another HTML element, which is the bodies element. The bodies element defines the document body. It has a start tag and an end tag. The element content is two other HTML elements, the H1 tag and the P tag. As you guys have seen earlier, the H1 element defines a heading. It has a start and an end. The P tag element defines a paragraph. It has a start and an end. Okay, don't forget the end tags. It's sort of important. So while this will work on most browsers, sometimes you do get some unexpected results. Just make sure you start to become aware of the tags that need a closing or an end tag that would be required or would be needed to close them up. Remember, the break tag doesn't need that. Okay, now empty HTML elements where there's no content. Any HTML element that doesn't have content is an empty HTML element. The break is an example. It just defines a line break that'll take you down one line. Okay, if you wanted to, you could close it like this. Right where you have the opening, right where you have the break tag, you could actually put this here and that would be fine. If you use a stricter validation, instead of HTML5, there are stricter pieces of HTML. If you use a stricter type of validation, you would need to use that kind of a tag. Okay, HTML is not case sensitive, so capital P and lower p, they mean the same thing here, but HTML5 does suggest that you use lowercase.